Randy. How are you?
I'm doing great, doing great. Rough week here on St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So when I say I'm doing great, I'm coping with what's going down.
Yes, I have been following the events, and I wonder, is it still raining now? What is happening?
Well, the rain is off and on, not as heavy as it's been over the last so many days. But we know how it is. It goes and it comes.
Yes, I understand that St. Vincent and the Grenadines, apparently has reached a saturation point where everything just seems to be underwater.
Yeah, a whole lot of stuff, a whole lot of rain, a whole lot of areas been flooded. But again, the rain keeps coming.
Yes, Randy, our people are resilient. I'm sure they would survive, and I'm sure we'll bounce back as a nation and the country.
And outside of the weather, we've been weathering another storm here on St. Vincent and the Grenadines. How is that being played in outside? The amount of people have been taken out?
The storm? What storm are you referring to, Randy?
The amount of people who lost their lives over the last so many days.
Oh, I see. Yes. You know what, Randy? There's so many issues happening in St. Vincent and the Grenadines right now that that storm that you talk about, that storm is brewing. That storm creates, fair. There's a fair which is existing, not just in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, but on the outside. And as much as the police try to minimize what is happening, the fair is there. The fair is real. And I remember one famous politician once said, fair stalks the land in reference to other things, but fair does stalk the land in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, not just at home, but abroad. And it is a fair which is real, and it is a fair which needs to be attended to. But I'm not going to talk about that this morning. I'm going to talk about something else. One day, I'll come back to that issue. Randy, let me say good morning to all of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, both at home and to listeners of Nice Radio everywhere. Those who are at home, those who are abroad, those wherever they are listening. Good morning to you. And I'm pleased to be saying good morning. We're in the same time zone, so to speak. In London this morning, at 11:34, the weather is sunny and there are blue skies, I'm pleased to say. However, it's getting colder. The temperature has dipped considerably and it's now 6 degrees Celsius, which is approximately 43 degrees Fahrenheit. On a view from the outside this week, we look at the issue of dedication to service, with the view that St. Vincent and the Grenadines needs more people who have a dedication to service in order to retrieve the country to some level of respectability from its current precipice and drive it forward to bring success so that the people of the nation can breathe again. We refer to dedication to service in relation to the willingness to give a lot of time and energy to the public service because it is important. When we refer to dedication to service, we're talking about self-devotion, where you serve the public with dedication and integrity. We are talking about where you have complete dedication and you are prepared to work hard in the face of the most severe criticism. We are talking about where you have the dedication to do the job at hand, and that irrespective to whether you win or lose, you apply the best of yourself to the job. We are indeed talking about complete dedication to the people of the nation. Yes, we are talking about all that because according to the Cambridge Dictionary, the country's greatest resource is the dedication to its people. The dedication of its people, that is, sorry. All of its people. I repeat, the Cambridge Dictionary says the country's greatest resource is the dedication of its people. And for emphasis, all of its people. Yes, Vincentians, you have a vital role to play. We all have a vital role to play. And the more we all recognize that role and accept the responsibility to perform it, the better placed the nation of St. Vincent and the Grenadines will be. When we have examples of people in our midst who have shown such dedication to service, we must highlight them so that our young people and future generations can emulate them. Because after all, we want our country to pick itself up and move forward and become, again, an example that other countries will want to follow. In that vein, a view from the outside now wants to pay tribute to someone who possesses and exhibits all of the hallmarks of such dedication to service. He's a man who from his early days in the public service of St. Vincent and the Grenadines has shown that he was not willing to bow to the political directorate in the name of political expediency, and especially not at the expense of the ordinary folk. Even from those early days, he looked out for everyone. He's a man who has refused to be lured away from his people and his dedication to service by the offer of huge financial benefits. He's a man who has performed the job well and has done so with the utmost integrity and dedication. He's a man who has withstood and continues to withstand the test of time in the face of some of the most vitriolic criticism. He's a man who has revived a dying, some say dead, political party. He did so by working together with others, injecting, of course, his usual trademark dedication to service. He's a man who has restored hope in many people in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and beyond at a time when all seemed lost. That man is no other than the Honorable Arnim Ulrich Eustace, the outgoing leader of the opposition and president of the New Democratic Party. Mr. Eustace, wherever you are right now, take a bow. And whilst you're being asked to take a bow, sir, if you from the outside also takes this opportunity to recognize all those in St. Vincent and the Grenadines who continue to persevere in a climate of much aggression and adversity, and who do so with such unflappable dedication to service. Sir, you have been applauded loudly too for your dedication to service to the nation and people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Your dedication to service, which is now etched indelibly on the people of the nation. Yours is a contribution which will forever be remembered. And so, as you pass the baton to your successor, the supporters and members of your party, and others too, are no doubt pleased to be assured that the torch of your dedication to service will continue to burn bright. You have taken the decision to pass the baton and make that change. Change which is necessary and inevitable. And in your true dedication to service, you have recognized the time for change, and you have initiated that change. You have definitely followed the advice of a wise old philosopher from Ephesus called Heraclitus, who said, "It is in changing that we find purpose." Unquote. Purpose which no doubt is to the benefit of the entire nation. And so we come back to right where we started. As we come back to right where we started, a view from the outside genuinely encourages a lot more Vincentians to adopt such a dedication to service in order to retrieve the country and give it a chance, which it so badly craves, to breathe again. Let us all remember the words of Vince Lombardi, that great American football player who became the head coach and general manager of the Green Bay Packers in the NFL, who said, "The price of success is hard work, dedication to the job at hand, and the determination that whether we win or lose, we have applied the best of ourselves to the task at hand." Until next week, Randy, this is Britton Horn with a view from the outside. And as usual, encouraging our listeners to send feedback to aviewfromtheoutside@hotmail.com. That's aviewfromtheoutside@hotmail.com. Randy, have a good Saturday, as good as it can be. Have a pleasant weekend, and have a successful week ahead until we meet again.
Britton, thank you. Thank you, Britton, thank you.
You're welcome.
Eustace are your conqueror. Zion call him them father. Him are your conqueror. Start conquering and to conquer. Long wall. Eustace are your conqueror. Zion call him them father. If you are red rat, them have your rat poison. And red rats know who be frightened. When a lion is arresting, never you try to bite him. As are you conqueror, Rocky, conquering and to conquer. Eustace are you conqueror.